Hello, Great Southland Division. This is your division manager, Mr. J. Brad Britton. That's me. If we have not met, then I look forward to meeting you at some time pretty soon. I'm going to be doing a few office visits and things like that coming up in the next within the next month or so. And so, if I do get to your area, maybe I'll be able to drop in on a team meeting, or just get some time with some leaders in different offices. Lots of travel on my plate. Speaking of travel, just got back from our company trip in France, and last week many of you uh, made great attempts to answer my question. My question about where was I? I posted a little video. I was on like a side street, so to speak, and we had guesses like I was visiting a restaurant owned by a former Vector person, and I did do that, but that wasn't what I was doing. I was in line for a concert, I think someone said. Um, there were so many good guesses, I think, but I didn't think anyone would get it. So here we go. Let me show you a photo that will give it away right here. This is where I was. What I was doing is right here. All right, share. Ah, there you go. Look at that. I went to a photomat not a photomat, a laundromat to wash clothes. A photomat to wash clothes. That'd be interesting. I went to a laundromat to wash clothes. Let me explain. So I made a decision before this trip that I was not going to overpack, right? That's common. Most people, me included, when I go on a trip, I'll pack just too much stuff, and I will come home, with things that I didn't wear, didn't need, and I'm just lugging all this stuff around. And so other than socks and underwear, which don't take up much room, I just packed less, way less, as far as shirts and mainly pants and other things. So I we went and washed clothes once during the week. We made a decision before the week started that we would do it. And so that's what we did. And it was great. I liked it. It was a cool experience learning how to work that particular laundromat. Wasn't like we normally see. Anyway, let me share my screen with you again, and let's talk about what's going on in the business right now. This is the March Madness standings. You should be able to see right now. This is the weekly newsletter. And I'm just going to walk you through the newsletter today. You probably do this on your own, but this might save you some time in your team meeting. So we're in this contest called March Madness. It is kind of coincides with the March Madness NCAA basketball tournament, which we hope is going to happen the way it's supposed to with the coronavirus scares and different things like that. By the way, if you want a really cool take on coronavirus, go to Facebook and find a post written by Dan Cassetta. I recently shared it on my Facebook. It's a little bit lengthy. It'll take you 3 minutes or so to read it, but it's really interesting and poignant take on all the hysteria that's going around with the coronavirus. So anyway, I thought it was very well done. So March Madness is happening. So it's basically a contest where there's prizes. Here's what's happening right now. I think you guys can see this. Hopefully you can see this whole thing. We had some teams advance. I circled the advancers. Santa Monica has advanced to round two. Downey has advanced to round two. North Orange County has advanced to round two, trouncing the Cerritos team. Covina got upset by Stockton. Look at this, the number 2 seed. Covina's had a great week the week before, but Stockton came on strong. What happened is the manager in Stockton, Leanna Hang, sold like $6,000 herself, I think, or $4,000 or something. She had a good week personally, and that really propelled their team. Long Beach was not chosen to win over Carlsbad, although it was a close race here, but Carlsbad beat them out. Newport Beach cranked on Hollywood. West LA beat Mission Viejo, and they were favored to win by a little bit here. So West LA is now up against Newport Beach. Look at this. Kuval Patel versus Anthony Hayes. What does Anthony call themselves? The Nutella fellas. So anyway, up against. So that's first round winners. $100 went to the manager, whoever was basically managing the office for the week. And what is this week's? It's $300. $300 to the winner of this week's contest. So let's keep it up. Good work. Also, we have a rep contest. This is only for the top 32 reps in the region. So some of you didn't get in this, but Leah Eliopoulos, Nate Ferrer, and Ruben Valdez are all still in contention here. Ruben with a nice upset over Michael Southard, one of the perennial champions. That was pretty cool to see. And here we go. Here's what's going on. I don't know why I highlighted Danny Garrido. He's not in our division, but he used to be. used to be the manager in Mission Viejo, in case you guys didn't know that, but a nice week for Danny. Nate, Ruben, and Leah all in the top 15 here. We've got Ben Cooper and Chazelle leading assistant managers. We got Nate and Ruben leading PRs. Edson, Emiliano, Danomar, Tam, Kenneth Escobar, Massive Ken, and Audrine all leading in team building as far as numbers and team building sales, PR sales. Tommy Hoffelmeyer, Marina Shelton, Josh Uberita, Uberta. Oh man, sorry to mess up your name, Josh. I need to get that pronunciation down. And Eduardo DeMarcos all leading with all in double digits. Pretty nice campaign going so far. As far as offices go, we had the West LA office in the top 5, also the top 5 districts. This is going to be pretty much the same until the summer. In the summer, the districts change because when we put out branch managers, they combine the branch sales with the district sales, the branch of the whoever promoted that branch. So that'll be changing soon. We did come in 3rd as divisions, which we don't like that. We usually come in 1st, or we mostly come in 1st. We're leading the region right now. And we need to be hitting about 100K, right? 100K is a challenging goal to consistently hit all throughout the spring, but that's definitely a number that we can be doing. Lots of representation. You see here, LeMaster, Ben Cooper, nice job, 4,300, trying to make a big run at All-American. Connor Kelly, Jana, Blake, Chazelle, Dorothy, Michael, Dylan, Josh, and Francine, all making the top two rows. In the final row, rounding out the newsletter, Alex Ace Sabedo, Ace Pro, Tiffany, a fairly new young lady from Newport Beach, good to see, Nicholas, Christina, Casey, AJ Pacheco. Why did I highlight AJ? AJ's in East Riverside. He's not in our division. Anyway, he just got extra love in the Southland video. All over 1,000. And then between 750 and 1,000, we got Helena, Sally, Michelle, and Alberto. Nice work, everybody. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I missed you, I apologize. I went through there and highlighted that pretty quickly. This is the mega strings page, right? So this is what's called a 5,000 or mega strings, $5,000 pace setters, $4,000 pace setters, 3,000. This is consecutive weeks in a row over those particular numbers. So you see here, we got Ruben Valdez with 2 weeks in a row over 3K, Michael LeMaster, 5 weeks, Leah, 5 weeks, and Connor Kelly, 6 weeks. We also have some people over $4,000 a week, LeMaster, Leah, Connor, Ruben. I just realized I just missed LeMaster. He's got 5 weeks in a row over 5K, and Leah's got 3 weeks in a row over 5K. So Ruben's got 2. Shoot, I don't know how I missed those. And also over here, mega strings. Ruben actually is right now 2 weeks in a row over 8K. Very nice. And Leah is at 3 weeks in a row over 6. And then Leah, as far as the grand days go, whenever you have a $1,000 day, by the way, you should go on here, track it. You don't have to, it's not required, but they'll keep track of it. And Leah now officially is over 1,000 times she has recorded a grand day. I'm sure there's many times she probably missed the recording of it because she has a lot of them, but 1,000 times she's had at least $1,000 CPO in a day. And as you can see, this one was a $2,500 day. So that's really remarkable. Nice job, Leah. The $2,000 pace setters, some of the same names you see, Ruben. Here's a new one, Jana, Santos, Nate, Leah, Connor, Michael. And then the $1,000 pace setters. This right here is one of my all-time favorite promotions. There's 2 things I pay attention to: consistency strings, and I pay attention to number of orders in a week, right? So if you're super part-time, 4 orders in a week. You do that, you'll be at the end of you do that consistently, you'd be shocked at how much money it comes rolling in. 5 orders is a good part-time. 5 to 7 orders, good part-time work. 10 orders, if someone can work 20 hours a week, 25 hours a week, which is really part-time work, and get 10 orders, that's full-time income, right? So just judge yourself on a weekly basis by the number of orders that you get, always getting on the board. That's key. So we have Jana, Dylan, Alex, or Ace, we could say, Dorothy, Ruben, and Carlo. Oh, Carlo, he's not in our division either. All on column 1. And then we have Francine knocking out 10. 10's the key number, right? You call that a full member of the 1,000-air club is what we call it when you hit 10 weeks in a row over 1,000. Great milestone. Connor's at 47. Nate here is at 247 weeks in a row. And then the all-time leaders in the history of all of Vector, Leah and Michael, over 707 and 731 weeks over 1,000 in sales. Just let that sink in at least 1,000. And, obviously they're not just 1,006, because you see Michael and Leah, Michael over here with 58 weeks and over 2K, and, many, many much bigger weeks. So some promotions. We had 5 sales rep promotions recognized in the newsletter. David Clark from NOC, Dylan from Newport Beach, Jana Santos from Newport Beach, Garrett and Jacqueline from Covina. Also, congrats, best February ever. This is something that they don't always put on the newsletter. It's kind of neat to see. Though Stuart in Santa Monica, Jessica Covina, Anthony Hayes Newport Beach, Kubal Patel West LA, best new business ever. Also, Kuvi, Anthony, Jessica, and Stuart with the best overall total business, along with Hans Hilton, best total business for the month. Very nice to see. Southland's fast start record holder, by the way. If you happen to still be in your fast start, here's the record, right? You could do that in one really great day or one really good weekend. You could do that. So if you're in your fast start right now, you just started this weekend, for example, there's your goal right there. Hit it. And then, there's the All-American. I thought it was here. And we got, of the Western region, the top 4 representatives in the Western region All-American standings are right here in Southland. So Loic is currently number 16. Vincent's at 22. Right, it's a top 25 contest. So that's what you got to get into. And then we got Ben Cooper's at 27 and Seth Bontrager at number 31. So if it were to end as of this report, we would have 2 All-Americans from Southland. Really, our number that we want to go for every campaign is 5, right? Right now we have 4 contenders. I'm going to push these people to make sure they get into or stay in or get into the top 25. And then who else is out there, right? Think about it. What would it be like for you to push yourself and go for All-American? Once an All-American, always an All-American. This is something that'll be with you on your resume, be something that'll be follow you and vector your whole career. And it's not the scholarship. I mean, scholarship money, what is it, $500 or $250 or $1,000? That's completely irrelevant compared to who you become pursuing this goal, okay? Because this is going to get really competitive come April. People are going to be you're going to see some of these numbers really increase. And, if you're in the standings now, make sure you continue pushing. And if you're not in the standings, think about, hey, what would it be like to not be even in the standings halfway through the contest and rocket up into the top? This ends at the end of April, all right? All-American Scholarship race, make that thing happen. All right, I think that is it. Oh, I should also mention the virtual summits that's coming up for you guys. This is really important. March 25th, mark your calendars, Eastern time, 6 to 11. So that's 3 o'clock Pacific time, right? So 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock Pacific time, there is going to be the Rep Development Sales Summit. Many people attended this last year. They will tell you that they got great nuggets and it really helped them conceptualize certain concepts in the business, improve their skills, sell more, make more money. All right, last year this thing cost $99 to register. This year it is free, okay? It is free, it is free, it is free. Register for this virtual summit. All right, talk to your manager. They will show you how to do it. I believe, let's see, is there a way? We passed the deadline for winning signups by March 1st. Oh, March 1st is over. All right, so you don't get to be in the drawing. Well, you're not in the drawing, but still you should register for that. All right, let me wrap up with a question. Okay, so the question of the day is this, right here. And so how it's going to happen is I'm going to ask you this question. Your managers are going to somehow pair you up in groups of 2, or if there's one left over, maybe one group of 3 per office. And you're going to, first you're going to take 2 minutes just to think about the question, jot down a couple of notes. So when you have your quick discussions, you'll have your thoughts gathered. Then you're going to share with 2 people or 3. And then you're going to, anybody who would like to share to the group can kind of share this thing, okay? And this is these are usually really interesting questions. So I was going to pick one of these questions from the cards today, but I thought of another question I thought I would ask. So here's the question. Pick a person from history that you would like to have lunch with, right? A person in history you would like to have lunch with from history, and they could still be alive, I guess. Ideally, someone not a family member, okay? Someone says, oh, I'd like to talk to my great-grandfather. Now, if your great-grandfather was, Benjamin Franklin or something, or that'd be a great-great-great-grandfather, then, that's cool. But I'm thinking of someone from either living or no longer living from history that you would like to pick their brain, okay? And this is not just to have fun. This would be to learn something, right? What's something really that you would like to learn? So who who would you have lunch with? You could ask them anything you wanted to. What is something you would like to learn? What is something specifically you would like to ask that person or learn from? Okay, and this doesn't have to be the number one thing, right? It could be just anything. Um, uh, because I don't want you to rack your brain and say, oh, what if I don't pick the right one? There's no right or wrong answer here. So who is someone from history you would like to have lunch with? Okay, so you got a full 2 hour window, and what's something you would ask them? What's something you would ask them to learn about, right? Some of you guys might be like a deer in headlights, like, I don't know, I've never thought of this. Well, now you're thinking of it, and it should make for some stimulating conversation, right? Person in history, what's something you would want to learn from them or ask them over lunch, okay? It doesn't matter what you're going to have for lunch. Doesn't matter where you're going. None of those things are relevant. Make it up. But that's the question of the day, right? So spend the next few minutes doing that, and then continue on to have an amazing team event. And let's step up our game this week, right? We have some offices that are trying to make it to the next level of March Madness, important next level. And then the next level after that is where the prizes get really great. We are winding down. We are winding down the campaign. We're in the second half, I guess, of the campaign. So it's time to be serious about reaching some big goals. All right, take care, everybody. Stay awesome, and we'll talk to you soon. See y'all.